Hi everyone, it is RC3 and today I'm going to show you how to get survival from Horizon working for you today. Now, this does work on the PlayStation 2, however, my PS2 is having problems. So I would show it how to do it on PlayStation, but it's not really working for me. However, if you are on PlayStation 2, just join the Horizon server. They will walk you through everything. It's super easy, but I will warn you, the PlayStation 2 is the physical one is a little bit hard to get online versus what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to show you how to do it both on Deezo and PCSX2. So first what you're going to do is you're going to go to your browser and you're going to type in rac-horizon.com and you are going to see this website here. Okay, so we can do two things. We're gonna either install the custom maps or Deezo. Deezo, in my opinion, is a little bit easier to work with, but either one works. We're gonna go ahead and install the maps if you want to do it this way. And it's gonna create a little zip file for you. Now with Deezo, same thing. If you want Deezo, just click what operating system you have. I have Windows, so we're gonna use that. And it's gonna install an installer. Once it's done installing, Deezo should look something like this. I'm going to show you all how to set it up to get survival. You can play it through Deezo or you can play it through PCSX2. And of course, it's telling me that there is an update, so we're going to go ahead and update it real quick. Okay, it may more than likely need to update for you as well, since if it's your first time playing especially. But what we are going to do to get this set up is we're going to go to settings. And then you are going to tell it what your Deadlock ISO path is, and that is already entered for me, so we're not going to do it. You will also need to put in your BIOS for your emulator on this emulator side. It's going to go right here, otherwise Deezo's not going to start. So whatever PCSX2 is running off of for BIOS, you're going to plug it in here. This is basically just running on top of PCSX2. For Ethernet, for me it's going to be sockets, but if you do have another option, just go ahead and click that. Sockets is for me since I am technically wireless, not an actual Ethernet. You can keep this auto. Alright, so next we're going to go over to the Maps tab, and you are going to go to Horizon Survival Pack, and go ahead and click Sub here. What this is doing is it's basically going to subscribe to all updates, so it's going to auto-update for you, just so you don't have to worry about it. You can't really play the maps without it updating, unfortunately. Alright, you can, of course, subscribe to any of these maps if it so interests you. Nothing wrong with that. However, this is the survival map, so this will be very helpful if you sub to it. Like I said, it is optional, but it does keep you up to date. So yeah, Deezo just basically runs on top of PCSX2. It kind of looks like a 3D. I'll show y'all what it looks like. Okay, so this is the same process for PCSX2, but I'll start it again. To start survival, you're going to hit the start button on your controller. So if you have a PlayStation 5 controller, it's the same as it's always been. If you have an Xbox controller, I don't know what it is. Okay, so we're going to go over to Get General, and then we're going to scroll over to Game Settings. It should be R1. And then you're going to go to Game Mode Overdrive. Just hit the left directional button. It should go to Zombie Survival. You can, of course, edit any of these options you want. Typically, I use instant death on. That's totally... But all these are completely optional. We're going to go scroll over to custom maps. These are all custom maps that Horizon has created. And of course, the list is ongoing. So feel free to select whichever map you like. I personally love Torval Ruins, but all of these maps are fantastic to play on. Alright, so after you're done, all you have to do is just hit start and it'll start you in the game. And you can play this multiplayer or... by yourself, whichever one works. Alright, so this is what Deezo looks like. It's pretty much the same as the PlayStation 2, but just a little bit, you know, nicer looking. But I will admit, sometimes this can be rough on your PC. I've heard reports, but it's not terrible at all. A lot of people use this. It's probably the easiest method to get this working, but I will quickly show you how to do it on PCSX2. So I have to do this, unfortunately, every time it updates, but you're going to have to do this regardless, just starting and every time it updates if you want to do PCSX2. So there's two ways to do this. We could either do it with the maps we just downloaded, or you can do it with Deezo. Deezo confirms that it'll work. Sometimes the maps do not. So it just depends on your comfort level. For me, that was just my personal experience. But here's step one with Deezo. We're going to go ahead and right-click it, and then we're going to click Open File Location. And then you're going to see where it download. We're going to go to Dreadzone Online Data. We're going to go EMUQT, this file here. Click it. All right, we're going to go to host FS right here. And then you're going to find the DL folder here. Just make sure to copy. Okay, so you are just going to navigate whatever file your ISO is. For me, it's in this folder, but for you, it may be different. So what we are going to do is simply paste the folder in this folder. So we're basically making a subfolder. I would recommend making an entire separate folder for all these games instead of just throwing it loose like in documents or pictures. It just makes things a lot more organized, and I find that it's just a little bit easier to work with. So if you remember before, these DL custom maps that we grabbed from the website, same thing. If you want to go this route instead, you'll just have to extract it to wherever your folder is. For me, it's right here, but we're not going to extract it because there's already a folder there. But yeah, it's basically the same thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and load up PCSX2, and this is fairly straightforward. It's similar to Dezo. We're just going to load up Ratchet Deadlocked. Now keep in mind, I do have the resolution turned up here, so it may look different than what it may look like for you, but just know that I did tweak with the resolution a bit. All right, so same thing. We're gonna click online play and select the Horizon server. If you guys want to know what that DNAS is, just refer to my How to Get the PlayStation 2 Back Online. I do mention what the DNS server is for Horizon, and plus they do have a Discord with everything in there, so do join that as well if you want a more in-depth tutorial. And plus this guy can also help you if you need any help or have any issues. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, same thing, we're going to create game. We're just going to ignore all this. Alright, so we're going to hit pause. Zombie survival, and for me I'm going to do Torval Ruins again. It's my favorite map, personally. One good thing is if you do get like a certain points, you get prestige and your name ends up looking cool like this, so it's pretty cool. I believe you have to go over 80 rounds to do that, but I could be wrong. I just remember waking up one day and it was there. Okay, so same thing. This is what PCSX2 looks like, with the resolution, of course, turned up quite a bit. But it is going to look pretty fuzzy if you do have the PS2 version. But yeah, it's basically the same thing, same principle. And regardless which version you play on, you can still play with a friend if they have Dezo or if they have the PlayStation 2 original version. It's still perfectly playable. It doesn't matter which version or which platform you choose necessarily. Just as long as you're into the DNS, you will be able to play with anybody or by yourself if you prefer. So yeah, that's survival. It's pretty straightforward to get set up, but of course sometimes things happen. If you do need some help, do reach out in Horizon. They are very, very good at helping people. Or, you know, you can reach out to me as well in my server. I can see what I can do to help you. Here's a quick tip though. Treat this like Call of Duty Zombies in a way. So like the zombie training method, you know, like getting them in a line, that really applies here. And these three things here also increase the spawn rates, which is nice because these rounds tend to get a little slow, especially in the beginning. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's anything I can help with. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't really tutorial my PS2. I've been waiting around for that, but my PS2 is just not cooperating. That's just something that I have to deal with. I will let you know that sometimes a lot of these newer routers do give the PS2 headaches, especially with trying to connect to a DNS server. So if you're experiencing that issue, let Horizon know. They may be able to walk you through on what to do. But for the most part, PCSX2 and Dezo, in my opinion, are the easiest way to run this. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will see you later. Bye-bye!